Morning. Let's not forget why everyone voted for Donald Trump, besides Elon Musk and whatever his little algorithms had to do with the vote. But that's another story. Let's see what's happening today. Now that we're about a month away from the inauguration, where are we? Well, they're saying immigration has really gone down. And if what I'm hearing is correct, with what's happening in Syria, a lot of Syrians who migrated all over the world, they want to go home. So the EU problem that they've got with immigrants and the reason they say they're going for the alt-right, that might disappear. There's a lot of hope on the horizon. If Giuliani plays his cards right, and he's not into infidata, and he is into governing, could be a much better place. And maybe we'd redraw the maps of the Middle East and give the Kurds a homeland that they deserve so that we can prevent Turkish massacres of the Kurds. The people who really care about life and liberty, make no mistake, they're fierce fighters as well, but they deserve their homeland. They should have gotten it after the Iraq War, when the country was divided. They understand peace, they understand war, and they're an educated people. A people who should be preserved from the wrath of the Turks, and also from Erdogan's philosophy. Just like Putin, he now wants to put together the Ottoman Empire. I don't think it's going to happen, folks, but unless he's stopped, he can do a lot of damage. Speaking of damage, what's Musk done lately? Looks like the president doesn't even have to become a president anymore, but he's got an attack bull by the name of Musk. Trump wants to raise the debt ceiling. That's an odd position for the conservative Republicans. They're always saying, no, we got to balance the budget. You can't raise the debt ceiling. Anytime the Democrats wanted to raise the debt ceiling, they screamed bloody murder. They thumped on the Constitution. They said how terrible it would be to have a budget that wasn't balanced. But now they're singing to another's piper, and the piper is Trump. He hasn't even been inaugurated into office yet, and he wants to start the ball rolling on permanent corporate tax cuts. You think we, the people, are going to be saved? Let's see what happens, because those corporate tax cuts, they're going to add $5 to $6 trillion to the bottom line, to our deficit. And Jay Powell is already prepared. Why do you think he's going to be cautious going forward into 2025? Because if those corporate tax cuts become permanent, then they're going to look to offset them some way. And I don't want them cutting my entitlements. I think the corporations are making enough. So, what did Musk do? He sent around tweets, 39 million of them, because he knows how to amplify his voice. And this is when he's not even trying to get Trump into office. He can do 39 million tweets just with the algorithms he has and a couple of real tweets to be boosted. He can reach 39 million people overnight with little expenditure. And so what happened? The Republicans are saying they're going to shut down government unless they get the ceiling raised on debt. So this saga is going to continue. Who's it going to hurt? It's going to hurt the federal employees. They'll get reimbursed But in the meantime, they'll have to live on whatever they've got. And then it costs us more because the government will have to borrow money to pay back however long the government is shut down. Usually this is a game Congress plays, and hopefully the government doesn't shut down. And what did Musk tweet about? He said that Congress wanted a 39% increase in salary. Give me a break, folks. And not everyone in Congress is bought and paid for by significant corporate contributions, I'm sure. What they were looking for was a 3.4% raise, among other things. So Musk is at it again. Lies, lies, lies. Whatever it takes to sway whoever he wants. Whether it's putting pressure on the Republicans in Congress today, or it's putting pressure on folks to vote, he's got the machinery to do it. He didn't use $250 million to get his point across now, because this is small beans to him. But it kind of paves the way for Trump when he comes into office to give out those tax cuts. And when he does, they're going to look to offset them. Well, I don't think you should look at the middle or lower classes. We've given. I don't even think we got any more blood in our veins to give more. But you could automatically, so that Medicare is not borrowing 14% to clear its costs. You could start taxing everyone in your cabinet and everyone who makes over $189,000 a year, 3.4%, so that our Medicare and a lot of our Social Security is covered. After all, everyone gets Medicare. Everyone gets Social Security. Why in the world aren't the wealthy paying for it? They should be contributing that 3.4%. We don't have any more money to give. As it is, when they talk about cutting out the Department of Education, we've already let our kids down for the last decade. Of all the OECD nations, our kids in America test lowest in reading and writing. Testing lowest is not a good mark for the economy. It's not good for us going forward when we're competing against the Chinese and other nations who are innovative and graduating folks in the STEM subjects. That's what we got to get back to, the STEM subjects. And we can do it, folks, easily. Follow the military model for kids who follow their fathers and mothers who are in the service. They do really, really well on the SATs. Their scores are superior. Follow that model, and we don't have to worry about our kids going forward. So there's a lot to think about in this country. One of them is not immigration. The other is, what will Trump do to get his tax cuts for the ultra wealthy? I say, we got a Congress. Let's see if the Congress has any strength and any integrity and any decency to block further cuts to the corporations. They're already too independent and too unaccountable.